Hey guys, Jason with Roar 3 Solutions. I just want to touch base on a new release of a previous product. We used to have our humpback whale that was a bunch of levers and pulleys to make it do what you wanted to do, and now it's just kind of set in place. So now it's just going to be nice and methodical, and it will do exactly what you want to do. Let me lock these because that's one thing I forgot. There we go. So as you can see, it has a very simplified control with dynamics, and the roll that you see here is simply me just keyframing the main object to roll, and that's what you end up with. You have the normal controls where you can adjust the editor or the level detail in the renderer, but I did kind of create this model as a high polygon model, and I accidentally lost my low polygon model. So actually managed to delete it, and I did sculpt a lot of the parts on this, so I just kind of went with it and stuck it out. At some point you'll get a low polygon model, but that's what you have right now. We have an aligned spline set up for it. So all you have to do is literally grab your spline, drop it right into the control, and you can then, walk it through. And right now it's kind of funny because it doesn't understand what it is we're trying to do. So let's go ahead and make this easier. So let's do this. So remember, this is a whale. It is meant to go slow and methodical. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some kind of weird behavior. So let's see if we can reset all this. There we go. So as the wheel kind of starts driving, as I set up this whole roll, so he'll continue to roll. He'll have a bunch of drag deformers, and the dynamics are going to help smooth out and allow things to kind of flow fairly freely. And if he goes a little too fast, like he is right now, then things kind of stop with the general motion. So it's just an important thing to note that if you want to include, a swimming animation, which is what you would expect, you have to play with some of the settings in here a little bit. So, for example, we'll give a little bit more amplitude, and we'll give it a little bit more strength. That way, you can overcome the issues with the motion. So now we have more amplitude, and you can see that the whale is actually swimming and rotating around this point, and his body will continue as it continues along the spline. It's going to continue to actually swim, which is kind of a cool effect. So that's just a short spline just to show you what it can do. What you guys feel the need to perform is completely up to you. You have the ability to, so anytime you want to reset the model, don't freak out when you see it in a weird position. Just hit play, let it go a couple frames, and then go to the back button. And then you can come in here. We'll go ahead and delete the frames we had there. If you wish to work on the model quickly and simply, you can do so without having any dynamics in it and just move it around. Just know that if you have any keyframes like we have here in the roll, and you decide to move it, when you move the timeline, it'll relocate. So you want to make sure that you delete those keyframes. In fact, I'll go ahead and delete those right now. So now I can move, change the timeline, move, change the timeline kind of thing, and set it up for any animation that I have an interest in. And you also have the ability to change the strengths of the fins and the tail as well. So if they're going a little too soft on you, you can go and make the tension hard enough so that it doesn't even want to move. So I would just make sure to keep it, minimal. The idea is that it's a slow flowing kind of motion. So I think 30% is kind of a happy medium. Has nice flex, and as you move the model by hand, you can see that things will also get adjusted. So if you're a little bit quick and you start moving a little bit crazy, it'll start having a hard time. But if you're slow and methodical with your spline, then everything will be nice and gentle. Okay, so that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy this. Please check our website out, roar3dsolutions.com, and pick up your model today. Thanks.